welcome everybody to Humboldt All Walks of Life. I'm Richard, aka Zach. Got my counterpart here. Go ahead, Tim.
I'm Tim, Trip, Timmy, whatever the hell you want to call me.
Today's guest is my battle buddy. We deployed to Iraq together. Combat veteran. I call him Gonzo. I'll let him introduce himself. Go ahead, Gonzo.
My name is Raphael. A lot of my army buddies call me Gonzo. A lot of my civilian friends call me Ralphie.
Hey, welcome to the show, brother. I appreciate you coming on the show and talking.
Of course.
All right, so the point of the show is to, show all walks of life. So today's perspective, you know what I mean. We want to see, how you're bringing up has turned you into who you are today. You know what I mean? Who is Gonzo now?
Yeah.
Who are you?
It's a good question. Gonzo is a working man. He's a blue-collar working man. He's been in the trade for 13 years now. And
doing what?
I do carpentry, but I do all phases of construction. I mean, I've done commercial work. I've built Starbucks, Dunkin' Donuts. And I've done also residential work where I've built houses and, refaced houses.
Okay.
All right. And so you're a father.
I'm also a father. I'm a brother to 3 amazing sisters. I don't have any brothers. I wasn't blessed with that growing up.
That's a lot. You got a lot of brothers.
Later on in life, but I say that to say it made me more of a protector.
Yeah.
Because I was always looked to. So
hell yeah.
All right.
Ain't nothing wrong with that shit.
Do you say the name of the show is Humble? Do you say that you're a humbled person?
Oh, for sure. I feel like life naturally does that to you. Everything I've been through, I've been poor, I've been down on my own, I've been up with people around me, and now I'm very humbled. I'm just a working man now.
You said something there that rings true. I don't think a lot of people realize it's the people you surround yourself with that'll build you.
That also.
Yeah. You hang out with low lives and these people that are begging and they don't want to work, don't want to, get through life. That's how you gonna end up. But if you surround your people who push you and make you want to be better, then that's the motherfucker you need,
I feel like those are things that you learn, later on in life. Because, at the beginning of life stages,
Yeah, everybody's hard-headed,
like
dude. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's like you don't really listen to what your parents are saying until you're an adult.
Right.
That's right.
I'm going through that now with my son. He's 16, going to be 17. Shit, I'm going through it with my 12-year-old, dude. You know what I mean? Like, oh, you don't want to listen to me? Go to the corner. No. All right.
Yeah.
Because they think they know everything, and that part of growing up, I thought the same thing.
But you know what though? It's good that they feel like they have some type of free will, right? Because you don't want them to just follow every single rule in life, right? You want them to be able to question things, as long as they do it in a respectful manner.
Right.
They should question things.
I'm a firm believer in a lesson taught is the one that was bought. The one you paid for.
Oh yeah.
To learn that lesson,
See,
that's the one that's gonna shape you.
I have something similar. I like the one that says lessons not learned in blood are soon forgotten.
Correct. The ones that hit you the hardest, that's the best lesson you never gonna do again.
Oh, absolutely.
See, I'm Mexican. We didn't have any sayings or any of that shit. It was the chancla.
Yeah. Oh no, I had the chancla too. I had the chancla, I had the extension cord. I had whatever was in arm reach.
There was no saying. It was just what cabrón? Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. You win.
Oh, hell no.
I don't want
it. It was whatever my daddy could get his damn hands on at that time.
Yeah,
and it didn't matter. If he hit you on your neck, it's because you moved.
Damn it, boy.
It is what it was.
Shit.
But hell yeah.
All right, well, since we over here talking about childhood, walk us through your childhood. What brought
my
you to
childhood was
Humble?
great, man. I think my childhood. I think my childhood was probably, which should be for most, one of the best times of my life. I grew up in Queens, very close to my cousins and all my aunts and uncles. We grew up across the street from each other, so we all went to the same schools. We all came home and did our homework and came outside and had an adventure for the day. Growing up in Queens, we didn't really have too much to entertain ourselves, but we would find things. We would just play, games together. My dad would open up the fire hydrant, play in the fire hydrant until the fire department came and shut it down. And those are some of my greatest experiences, man. Coming home, and the only thing you had to worry about was who was eating the can of Chef Boyardee, so we could cut the bottom of it and use it on the fire hydrant. So I had a really good childhood, man.
How would you use the can?
The spaghetti can. Listen, you take the spaghetti can, right, and you cut out both sides, and you would take that and hold on to it and put it on the fire hydrant so you could shoot the water.
You're directing water with the can.
Yeah, directing water. Yeah. When you open that pump, it's just water coming out.
That sounds like some redneck shit right there.
Oh man,
sounds like some shit we would do if we had fire.
Just a different skin tone, man. That's all it is. But it's the same ingenuity.
Yeah.
Same ingenuity.
Hey, you living in the jungle, they're living in the concrete jungle. You know what I'm saying? It's just two different places.
Yeah.
It's just two different. It's just two different maps on the battle royale.
That's exactly what it is. Two different sides of the field.
That's right.
But growing up, played a little bit of baseball.
That's what I'm talking about.
How was the neighborhood growing up? How long did you say
the
you
neighborhood
lived in Queens? Was it majority like Puerto Ricans?
It was a little bit of mix. It was across the street from my grandfather's house, we had a iron factory and a marble factory. So my grandfather's house was like right in the middle. But there was, the block wasn't too. We were like the liveliest ones on the block. There wasn't many other kids on the block besides us. But it was a good neighborhood, and it was a good time, man. It was just a great time. Coming outside. My aunts and my uncles were very active. They would come outside and play with us. And we was from corner to corner, just on the block. We weren't allowed to go past that unless we had, one of the older cousins with us.
Right.
Shit. A whole lot different than I grew up. Our parents threw us out in the yard and said, y'all come back at lunch and then don't come back till dark.
Yeah.
That was it.
One time I disappeared coming home from school. I remember we had an assembly day and I was probably third grade, and we didn't take the bus home. Me and my cousins decided to walk home. And on the way home, we found a playground that was unlocked. We probably spent like 3 hours after school at that playground. And then walking home, started to get dark. Walking home, I see my mom with the belt coming up the block looking for us. Good times, man. Good times.
That's that hard lesson bought right there.
Yeah, definitely. I never did that again. I know that.
Yeah, I remember getting my ass told up playing in the sandbox when I was told not to play in the sandbox. I never got in that sandbox again.
Yeah, growing up, I was a little bit. I love mischief, man. I was always getting into something. I broke my ankle when I was just before my second birthday. I was the kid that got into shit all the time.
That was me. Stay breaking bones, shit, tearing up everything, blowing shit up, killing everything I seen. That's how I grew up.
Like a serial killer.
Oh, bro. I'm telling you, I used to be deadly with a little 22 caliber pellet gun. I kill anything. It didn't matter. Mockingbird, dove, blackbird, bluebird, squirrel. That some bitch moved, I was shooting it. That's what I love to
different.
do.
It's a different side of the playing field for me.
Yeah. Yeah. I grew up stalking, get out there. Okay, I know a squirrel's up there. Go over there, shake a vine, get him to come out the nest, shoot him with a pellet gun.
Fucking fearless.
Yeah, I'm from the
Yeah,
city, dude. I
the only
did that shit till I joined the army.
I do.
activities
I didn't give a
activities
shit.
I did growing up, I think that really molded me was my uncle used to take us fishing, and he taught me a lot. My dad was there too, fishing with us, but I really have my uncle to hold responsible for that. He really taught me a lot
Yeah.
about fishing and just being out and doing stuff. I used to take
See,
trips with him from New York to Pennsylvania, driving a truck. You know, he was a big part of my childhood, my uncle.
and you see, I think uncles are way underrated. Like, because
Oh, for
when you
sure.
think about when you're brothers, you're normally two separate brothers. You're not the same. So you get something from an uncle that you don't get from your dad.
I agree.
100%, because they're normally two opposites. And I think uncles
Yeah,
are very important. Because my
yeah.
brother, he's a tech nerd. My
Not to
brother
take
builds programs.
not to take nothing from my father too, because he was a great, great man. He
Yeah,
instilled a lot of things in me. But my uncle was like, he was a little bit more fun.
yeah,
Like he was a little bit more let loose.
yeah.
You know,
And
Because you
that's
didn't
usually
belong
how it
to him.
happens. Too. Yeah,
and
yeah.
that's
That's
because he
usually
could get me
how.
back. That's why.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
it's also because you know what? It's also because now that I think about it, my uncle didn't have any sons. He had three girls. So I know I was probably like the son he never had.
right. Now, see, I'm looking at that with my brother right now. He's got a kid. He's younger than me. He's got a boy and a girl. I ain't got no kids. So for me to have any chance that I could to get when that boy gets older to get him out here in the country versus that city life, oh yeah, I'm gonna ruin that boy. I'm gonna ruin that boy. He coming home with a pellet gun, a 22, whatever. He gonna be ready.
So
Oh yeah.
so from there, how did you mold your life? Which maneuver did
So
you go
from
down? Sounds like
Queens,
you got
from
a good
Queens,
loving family.
no, I definitely did, man. We were definitely very close knit. You know, another one of my greatest memories was my older cousin Jessie. I used to go over and play Mrs. Pac-Man. She used to have this record player, and we would put a record on the record player and scratch it a little bit, just mess around with it. And that's one of my greatest memories with her is that we used to play that record player and play Mrs. Pac-Man on Sega, and that was a good time,
Yeah.
man. From there we moved. I moved from Queens when I was probably like 10, 11. We moved to Long Island. So it's a little bit of a change of pace. We went from like kind of like city life to the suburbs. And school was different. Everything was different.
What was the difference with the
Um,
school there?
Yeah. What is the difference in
so,
between city
so the
life and
difference,
suburbs?
so the difference is in third grade, I was taking a public bus, a public city bus to get to school, and I was paying a fare. As to where when you live in the suburbs, the nice yellow bus come and pick you up at your bus stop.
It wasn't a
You know what
short
I'm
one,
saying?
was it?
No, no, definitely not the short one. But yeah, that's really the difference. And where we lived wasn't really a bad it wasn't a bad area, but there was a project tenement like damn near across the street from where we lived in Queens. So if you missed your the city bus, you was walking to school. And that's the quickest route is to walk through those projects, which me and my cousins have done many times.
Right.
How was the
But
school
from there, we
system?
moved to Long Island. What's that?
What school system was better in the city or you felt from the suburbs?
Um,
They had more time to
I
focus,
think I
right? Less
think in the
kids.
I think in the suburbs was you know what? I can't even really judge it because I was in such a young grade
Yeah.
that I don't really remember much about school in Queens.
Right.
I probably remember a little bit of fourth grade, and that's it. Um, but I felt like the kids weren't as aggressive. Now, when I moved to Long Island, I just felt like I was this little smart ass little kid, with a real sarcastic. For a young kid, I was always sarcastic, always witty, and I was always the class clown. And I know a lot of
Hell
people,
yeah.
I know a lot of my friends will attest to that. That's how they remember me, as being just the biggest jokester.
So you was a
And I was
jokester in the military.
it was bad. It was worse when I was a kid, man. Because it was young. So it was like, I was a little shithead, to be honest. I was a little shithead. You couldn't be a teacher that didn't like me. I'll make your life hell.
Hey, I understand that more than anything. Shit, I live by the rule of D's getting degrees.
Oh, yeah.
Shit, I didn't care. School for me was the best nap sleep of my life. I
Oh,
didn't give a
shit.
crap.
You and me both.
Hey, bro, tell me a time that you've napped even any harder than sitting there on that desk like this with a book open. You wake up, damn, drool all over the pages.
Woke up with a puddle of drool. For sure.
Hell yeah.
Well,
Best nap.
but I didn't spend much time in Brentwood is where I moved to. I moved from Queens to Brentwood, Long Island. And I didn't spend much time there. I moved from there, probably spent like 2.5 years, 3 years, and then I moved further out east on Long Island.
So you're like 13,
Spent the
14?
year. Yeah, and then from there, I think when I was like 14, 15, I moved down to Florida. And then that's where I went to high school in Florida.
So who all was in Florida with you?
So my whole family kind of migrated all together. My aunt was one of the first ones to go, and then I guess she got to talking to my other aunt and my mom, and sure enough, we all moved down. At one point, not so much in the same areas. We went to different schools, but we all moved down to Florida at the same time.
And you guys still got together and hung out?
It was a little different. It was a little different because we were so far away from each other. It wasn't like we were across the street how we used to be. But we were still pretty close knitted. You know, that never changed. I still love my cousins,
Yeah.
regardless of, whichever way we went in life.
So would you say where do you have more root? Where are you more rooted at? If you weren't
Definitely New York.
Okay.
Definitely New York, yeah. From Florida, I dropped out of high school, probably I never, last grade completed was 10th grade. So I dropped out of school. I was supposed to be in 11th grade. Dropped out,
Okay.
started working. From there, I moved to Tennessee. And I was working. That's when life really, really hit me. That's when I was on my own. I was an 18, 19-year-old kid working in a pallet factory. We manufactured pallets to ship MTD equipment. I was making decent money there for what it was back in the day. I started at like $6, man. When I tell people this, it's like, damn, $6. I left the company making $6.50 an hour, and that allowed me to make like $400 on a good week, $400 a week, which still wasn't enough. I went through a lot of struggles, and so that's when I met my recruiter. I actually met him because my son's mom at the time was at the library and met him. And, she got to talking to him and put a bug in her ear. And so she came home with the idea. And I was like, well, let me talk to him. Why would I let you do that? And I went over there and talked to him, and he solved a lot of my financial problems at the time. I got a sign-on bonus,
How much was your sign-on bonus?
It was 10,000, which
Damn.
after taxes, you only get like 7,400. That's what they don't tell you though. They just tell you
Well,
give you
hell no.
10,000. Yeah,
They gotta be sneaky on that.
But you got it back during your taxes though.
You don't get it all back. Despite what they tell you, you don't get it all back. But yeah, man, when my recruiter picked me up, man, I was eating egg sandwiches for dinner, bro. Like I was boiling hot water to take a shower. I was sleeping with the oven open because I had no heat, living in a single wide trailer in Tennessee. And right.
Yeah.
And I had, at that time my son was 2. He was 2 years old. So he sold me a dream. And then, from there that went I would say that really humbled me also. Moving to a different state. I moved out of my mom's house when I was 17. I moved in with my son's mom's parents at the time and ended up getting kicked out because we got into a fight. Me and her father got into a fight. And 19 years old, man, I said I was on my own car insurance, own bills, and life was very real.
Yeah, it's just rough.
And then from there, I joined the Army.
Yeah, how did that go for you? So you're how old now? How old did you enlist?
I joined just before my 20th birthday. I joined March of 2009.
Right on. How was
my
your
birthday's in
basic
June.
training experience?
It was cool. I kind of went into the service like very, very blindsided. I didn't do, there was guys on the bus when we were going to basic training. Did you watch the videos? This is what they do. I didn't watch anything. I just kind of signed papers, man. And I was like, get me out of here.
Right.
I'm tired of living the way I'm living. And I just kind of went through it, man. It wasn't really a hard experience for me. The hardest experience during basic training for me was being a good boy because I was fighting. I just wanted to fight. If you was, we all come from different places and, you can tell the ones that just talk shit.
Yeah.
Right.
Which I never got in trouble in basic training, but I got in a lot of trouble. If you understand what I mean by that.
I know what you mean by that. A lot of closed door stuff with no drill sergeant around. I get it. Dude, when I was in basic training, I had to build a little clique with the Spanish kids because the fucking white boys would pick on the black kids and the brown kids, us, and they would fuck with us hardcore, dude. Like hardcore. Like the first thing they stopped fucking with me instantly because I was one of those guys where I wasn't playing that shit. I'm here to be a soldier, dude. But they would pick on my boy, and they would fuck with him, dude. And he was just like this kind-hearted, soft guy. You know what I mean? He's Puerto Rican.
Yeah.
He was just, he was just one of those people that, he's just, you could tell he's never beat nobody up.
Hard person, yeah.
Dude, it got to the point he's so good-hearted, dude, that the drill sergeants knew it. And when it came to like the pugils and the combatives, they made me fight him.
Oh shit.
Yeah, and I was just like,
that ain't doing that boy no good.
Right.
Oh man,
doing that boy no good.
I remember going to the electronic range, and there was this guy named Gendro. He was from New Jersey. I'll never forget him. Italian kid from New Jersey. Thought he was a hot shot. And I'm talking to my boy Gaddison. And we're over here cracking jokes. And, Gaddison, at this point, me and Gaddison is like, we like kind of cool. So we cracking mama jokes. And here come Gendro come over and he started chiming in. And I'm like, bro, don't do that, bro. Like, I don't know you. Like, we had a small introduction, but I don't know you like that. Well, what are you going to do about it? I'm like, come on, bro, don't do that because I'm really like that. You ain't gonna do nothing. We all wear the green uniform and everybody's just as scared of the penalties. And in a moment's instant, bro, I took my Kevlar off and I cracked him with it in front of the commander, my 2 drill sergeants. I ain't say a word after that. I just was like, I know what I did. That's what it is. They pull us over to the front, and the first thing Gendro does is he goes, did you see what he fucking did to me? And in basic training, when you talk with your hands, that's a fucking no-go.
Right.
And I didn't say a word. I went to parade rest, and I stood quiet the whole time. And my drill sergeant was infantry, and he was all for it. He was having he was threw his head back, and he started laughing. And Gendro was like, it's not funny. And he was like, yes, the fuck it is. Like, he's going off at him at this point. Still hasn't said a word to me, bro. Afterwards, my main drill sergeant comes back. He pulls me to the front of formation. And he's like, you fucked up, right? And I'm like, yes, sir, sergeant. And he's like, Get back in formation. Never gave me any penalties, man. But when I graduated, Drill Sergeant Anderson, my infantry drill sergeant, looked at me. He was like, and I started laughing.
Hell yeah.
I was like, he was like, look, you're gonna be a good soldier. You just gotta just keep your composure. I behave.
Keep that temper down.
Yeah, man.
No,
but never got in
he
trouble.
lied, dude. The bigger the temper in the combat arms in the real army, the more successful you are.
Yeah. And I never had I ETS'd with a good Army Good Conduct Medal. Never, no blemishes on my record at all, man.
Hell yeah.
I felt like it's always because people fucked with me, man. I was always a jokester. During AIT and basic training, I was the guy that would make you do more push-ups because I was doing stupid voices. Like,
I would have beat you up. You're glad. Just be lucky you didn't go during my time, food, because I would have been real mad at you.
Listen, we would have been cool though. We would have been cool. You would have fucked with me.
I don't know. I'd have been pretty pissed.
A lot of guys were, but
I'd been pretty pissed. Like, bitch, I can barely do 20, and I got to do 20 more?
Nah, when you're in basic training, man, you're so conditioned, bro. You'll fucking bang out 80, no problem.
And you don't even realize it.
You don't even realize it.
Dude, we had a drill sergeant.
I could get 50. That's it.
He would come get us right after the shower, dude. So you got motherfuckers in towels, dog. You know what I'm saying?
Dude, the first shower I took in the Army was like 4 seconds long. He was like, when I blow this whistle, you gonna go in. And first he had one person go in. First off, I was the smart ass. I was the first one in line. So he was like, go in, turn on all the showers. Now I'm nervous as shit. I go in there, rip all of them on, and it's steaming in there. And he's like, what the fuck are you doing? Everybody's gonna get scolded. And now I'm fucking frantic in there, lowering them down. And he goes, when I blow the whistle, you go in. When I blow it, you come out. I got in there, I let the water hit me. I was like, yes. I was like, oh, shit. I didn't even take a shower, bro. I just felt the hot water, and I felt that, like, you know, that little bit of comfort. And he was like, get out. It was motherfuckers sliding on the floor, falling, slipping. Funny shit, man. Funny shit.
Yeah, see, sometimes it pays to have the last name with a Z like me. Because we lined up alphabetical order.
The last one in line.
Dude, even our bunks were alphabetical order. So I was the last motherfucker in line. So I'm just watching everybody slide out, slip and slide. Because the same shit when I went through, boy. And so I was, when I came across the sink, I started, I'm the last, because I see that nobody's taking a real shower, dude. I want a shower. So I wet myself and I took my shampoo and my soap. And I'm just in line, dude.
Soaked,
dude. I'm soaked down, dude, and I'm just standing there. So, like, when I come up to the drill sergeant, dude, I just got soap all over me, and people see me doing that. So the people that were in the back, hey, let me get some of your soap.
They're doing the
same, yeah. So when we come up to there, they're like, shh. And because of that, though, the next day they let everybody take fucking showers. Because of that.
Look, you know what was one of my favorite things was when you would go to chow and you'd be the last man in line, and drill sergeant would sit next to you and go, "How fast can you think you can eat that plate?" I swear, I think I missed my calling, man, because I used to finish a plate in like 20 seconds, bro. Once the last man is seated, when he says last man seated, when last man gets up, everybody's done. So drill sergeant would always catch the last. I was the dickhead, bro. I would grab water. Everybody would be like, "Oh, we get juice and shit. Oh, you gotta wait on the juice line." I would grab water and sit down, and drill sergeant would come up to me and be like, "How fast you think you can eat that?" And I used to look at him and be like, "Oh, I love this."
Bro, look, I ain't even gonna lie. Now, none of these boys been in the Army, but this crew I work with right now, these boys, we going to lunch. I swear to God, they get that damn food, sit down. Before I even unpackage my damn food, I don't care if it's McDonald's, Wendy's, Mexican, or whatever. Before I even open my shit, they done fucking finished sitting there and like, y'all ready to go back? No, fuck no, man. Let me enjoy this
Yeah.
shit.
Nah, there's no
Fuck.
enjoyment, dude.
Nah, man. There's no enjoyment.
No, they don't enjoy shit. It's like
Yeah.
there and then gone.
Especially in the army.
Wow.
It's not, you're not sitting down to enjoy your food. You're refueling your body and getting back to whatever you got to do. And
So-
that's just how it goes.
So let me
That's why I
explain
would
it.
never make it in the army.
So let me explain it to you what he's referring to. So in basic training, you know, everybody's standing in line. You get your food. You go down to the next one. You go down to the next one, right? When you got to be, because you got drill sergeants saying, "Hurry up, grab your food! Hurry up. You don't got time to eat!" And they're just going off on you, right? So then when you come to sit at the table, dude, whatever table you sit at, it's 4 tables or 4, you know what I mean? 4 chairs to the table. Okay. So when the last person sits down and the first person gets up, everybody gets up. That whole table gets up as a unit. So
no, the way we did it was the whole platoon sat down to eat. And when the last person in line sat down, when he said last man done, everybody was done.
No, we still had the last man done. That was still a thing. But whenever the table got filled, so like you wanted to sit down with people who just sat down. You know what I mean? Because you kind of want to walk behind whoever you got your. I would get water too. So, but whoever else got water, I'd go sit with them because we'd all have to sit down at the. You know what I mean? And then, but whenever somebody got up from the table, that whole table had to get up and go leave. But like say that there was like 10 tables still eating, you know, because they're all fucking being slick and trying to, you know, piss off the drill
enjoy their
sergeant.
meal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The last man, that dickhead Gonzo, and dude, it always was the motherfucker. I don't know why they would always choose the motherfucker who would eat the fastest. But they would pick him because a couple of times, dude, I just sat down and this motherfucker just sat down, but he was faster than me. And he was like last man up, and the whole fucking cafeteria, dude, is like, no, because they're still eating their food.
Yeah.
And the drill sergeant's like, shut up!
Yo, you're eating as you're walking to the garbage can,
And,
bro.
yeah,
You're
and they're
"Fuck."
like, get it out of your mouth. And you know what I mean? And you're like, still like, are you gonna pay for it?
Man.
And then you go outside, dude, and they fucking smoke you. Everybody's out there just got done eating, and you're out there doing push-ups.
Listen, especially spaghetti days. Oh man, spaghetti days with I might fold that plate and just.
Hell,
dude. They hated me,
man.
man.
Hey, I'm glad I only eat like once a day, so I'd be fine. 100%. I don't care what I do physically, mentally, whatever. I only eat once a day. So that one time I eat once a day, motherfucker, I'm gonna sit down and enjoy it. I'll be down. I don't care. You tell me I get lunch, I skip lunch, I skip breakfast. But that one time I eat, you gonna leave me the fuck alone, let me eat. I'm gonna enjoy that motherfucker. I won't feel it all slide down that throat, get up in that belly. Know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
Gotta make that belly rumble a little bit. That's how I feel. So, anyways, you're retired Army?
I didn't retire, but I just fulfilled my contract. Just got a honorable discharge. So after my time in service, which my time in service definitely humbled me. I experienced a bit of trauma on June 6th. Had just did a talk with Zach about
elaborate.
June 6th. So
elaborate a little bit without going crazy.
I'll give you a little bit. June 6th was the most U.S. soldier casualties taken in one day since, and that was in 2011, since May or March of 2009. So we got hit with 230 millimeter rockets, and we lost guys that day. And that was definitely a day. It was 2 days before my birthday. My birthday's June 8th, so that was definitely a time that humbled me in life. It's like you could just be here having fun, chilling with your guys, and then just like that, it's ripped from you. So it definitely gives you a different outlook and how you view things.
Right. Hell.
Like 7 months later, I chose not to. Well, I re-enlisted into the National Guard. I chose not to re-enlist active duty, and I chose to go back home to New York. This was
Was it
2012.
was it because of June 6th that you didn't reenlist?
That definitely influenced me, and also, I just think my options were.
You
I
were
didn't think my options were good enough. They weren't enticing enough for me to say, all right, fine, I'll re-enlist.
yeah. Do you would have
Wasn't enough.
reenlisted?
Wasn't enough money or
Nah.
no.
It wasn't choice of duty station. They didn't give me much of choice of duty station. They gave me Fort Campbell. I was not trying to go and be a part of an air assault unit. So I just chose to I went to a light artillery unit, and I went National Guard, and from that they gave me a MSO reduction, which is, I don't know if you know what that is, but MSO reduction is mandatory service obligation. So when you sign that contract, you sign for a minimum of 8 years, no matter what. You may only have to do, like mine was 3 years of active duty. So you would have to serve those 3 years active, and then you come home and you're a part. Then the next 5 years is called inactive ready reserve. So your
Oh, if they needed
obligation,
you.
yes, if they needed you, they could pick that phone up and say, "Hey, you're coming back." So they gave me the option to waive 3 years off of that and just do 2 years in the National Guard, which I did.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
So
So from there, that's when you picked up civilian life, blue collar
yeah,
life.
pretty much, yeah. So I started working with a girl that I was dating. I started working with her uncle, and I had been working construction prior to joining the service, but I didn't really know much. I was doing things like painting, and I was a grout boy doing
Yeah.
grout on tiles. So, but he taught me everything I know in the trade, man.
So
So
do you own your own business or do you work for somebody
I
or
I've tried to be independent before, and it's a lot harder than most think it is.
that
They say, oh, well, if
is
you're
very
independent, you
hard?
make all the money, but you got to worry about a lot of things. It's just not that you're making 100% of the profits. You're still shelling out. You still have, the stresses of having to keep guys busy, and if you can't, then you're a one-man show.
Go, yeah.
It's a lot to consider. So
Yeah.
I just rather be the valued employee that has constant, steady work, than
And
to
see,
be out there stressing and trying to grind to build something.
right. And see, that's how I always was. I never wanted to own my own business or none of that. Just because I don't want the headache of having to worry about can I pay my employees is
Yeah,
that is health insurance. Can I even afford it for my
right.
people? I mean, it's just that there's a
Uh,
lot
most
on there.
most construction companies out here don't even offer you health insurance. You got to be a part of a union.
And see,
So
around here, there ain't around Mississippi. As far as there's not a lot of unions around here anymore. But whoever you work for down here, you pretty much, if they got health insurance, you try to stick it out, ride it out.
health
You're not
insurance
trying to
is
just,
health insurance in New York is I get hurt, I come back, I sue you. That's it. That's pretty
no,
much what
down
it
here,
is. If they don't
yeah,
take care of you, then it's pretty much okay. Then I'm just gonna sue you then.
no, down here, they, for the three companies I've worked for throughout my life, our health insurance has been pretty good and we've been pretty well taken care of. You hurt yourself on the job, they pay for it, they take care of you and all that. But like I know some like these guys driving log truck doing logging and stuff down here, ain't got no health insurance.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And
Those
health
are some
insurance
real
is a
tough
big one.
jobs. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a big one. That makes or breaks a lot of families with health insurance. You get sick, you get the flu, you ain't got health insurance, you going to the doctor. What, you dropping five,
Listen,
six hundred
that's why
dollars?
I haven't
Yeah.
seen a medical bill since 2009. So because of my military service, and I'm service
Service.
connected, so I just go to the VA, and if I don't go to the VA, then I go to a vet center. which is like a nonprofit for the VA. So
right, which you earned that. So I mean, that's completely fair.
That's one of the things that definitely has helped me out over the years.
Correct. I agree. Anybody that serves should never have to pay another medical bill in their life.
I agree as well.
We shouldn't have any homeless veterans ever at all.
It does happen, though. It does happen. I would say that one of the main reasons why I haven't seen the medical bills because I've been deployed. If you don't go to a combat zone, then you don't really get much benefits. My cousin served 5 years in the Army, and because he was never seen combat, he doesn't get the same perks that I do, which I think is I think is unfair. We all join with the intent. It's all in our contract.
You all sign your life to 4 to 5 years of government work.
Yeah, but
it is what it is.
They will see him, but only see him to anything service connected. So if he got out and he got hurt, and it wasn't during his time of service, they're not going to see him for it. But
but they say this. They say the same thing to me.
No,
but I'm
gonna tell you right now, you're not doing the right.
I've sat with eligibility, and they told me that same thing. They said we can only see you for service connected things, and I said, but I haven't. I've been here and been seen for a lot of different things. And she said, well, it must be that you just because you're OEF that it's just you just kind of flying under the radar.
No, because
I'm like, listen, whatever allows me to not pay a medical bill, I don't give a fuck.
What's your VA rating? What's your VA rating?
I'm at 30%.
Right, 30%. You can qualify for retirement. After 30%, you can go get you a card like mine, fool. I was just talking about it in my group,
and I gotta inquire more about that because I definitely asked eligibility, and I don't know. I just feel like she didn't have the answers for me.
At 30%, you're allowed, and I just learned this from the guys. You're even allowed commissary rights. You can go to on base and to the commissary.
I think she was saying that you had to be at 70 for that.
No, 30%. 30%. When I medically retired,
you're sure?
I'm positive. When I'm medically retired, my Pueblo is my caseworker. He was like, dude, you want to pray and hope for at least 30%. 30%, you can get TRICARE, you can get base access, you get this, you get that. A lot of people just don't know how to go down that route. And I will get with my buddy Louis, and we also have a new guy who's very who can help you because you deserve more than 30%, Gonzo. The stuff that we just shot a series that we're starting on Humboldt. It's a day of June 6th. So we have a little doc series of guys that I deployed with talking about the worst day in Iraq, you know what I mean, in the history of the takeover since 2009. So I'll put that on the channel. You guys can check it out and hear his story of what he went through during June 6th. What was I talking about, dude? I forgot before that.
But either way, he deserves more than 30%.
Yes.
Right.
So 30%, dude, is where people can go and start getting those extra little benefits that we didn't know about.
Yeah, definitely get me the information, man. I need that.
I'm gonna put you in contact with him so that you guys can start working. But you got to do the work. You got to fill out the paperwork.
Do the appointments. I know.
Just like if something's not documented,
that you needed it, you earned it.
Right, and just if it's not documented, dude, just like your hand, you know what I mean? Your hand was fucked up. All it takes is my statement. All it takes is my statement. All it takes is, and it's because what happened was you went to a private doctor and then you went and got it looked at afterwards.
I thought you went to the emergency room. I went to the ER on post, and they deemed it such an emergency. They sent me to Kansas City to a specialist.
Right, and that should be in your documentation. So you should be putting that back on there. But like, look, I have range of motion. That should be on there. That's service connected. It happened while you were in time of service. I have a buddy who crashed his motorcycle And his whole body is service connected because of the motorcycle accident, not because of combat or anything like that. It's because he got fucked up while in service, and he, you know what I mean. He had to get medically discharged. Oh boy, that was with us for a little bit, that had the seizures. He's medically discharged, 100%, because he has seizures. You know what I mean? He didn't have the seizures before he joined the military. You know what I mean? And then it happened during his service. So all it is a witness statement of people that you did. Like in my medical records, it doesn't say about me dropping that Excalibur around and breaking my toe, but everybody knows about it. You know what I mean? And then there's like a check-in on it, you know, a few months down the line. Like, yeah, okay, yeah, he said he dropped a round on his thing, but there's no initial intake of when I dropped that round on my toe and broke that at NTC. You know, I had to wear that boot, and then I was still walking on it, shooting fire missiles.
That's the Army's way of covering their ass.
Right. But if you have the statements, you know what I mean? If you ever complained about it to the medics, and they're like, yeah, dude, this guy cried about it all, headaches and migraines.
I mean, I had a profile. Yeah, I definitely had a profile because I was casted.
All it is submitting that stuff. Here's my witness statements. Here's my documentation. And then you see you're going to get approved. So get with me sometime this week, and we'll start. I'll put you in contact, dude. And we need to start working your stuff.
Dude, this weekend's over. What are you talking about? It's Sunday.
Yeah.
No, I'm saying this week. Sometime this week.
Listen, it's still a lot of day left. All right.
Hey.
Monday, Tuesday,
it's 11:45. I'm about to start getting ready for work tomorrow.
Yeah, I don't. You know what I mean? I'm bored at home. You know, and it's my prison, dude. I'm home ridden. You know what I mean? That's not. I'm
you need to come
out
here and do some directional drilling with us.
Nah, see, that would give me so much anxiety, dude. Being away.
Nah, bro. All you got to do is be a third hand. You ain't got to do shit.
I'm saying being away from my guns and you know what I mean. My stuff.
Yeah, like you can't have your guns out here. We're in Mississippi, dog. We're not up there in the northern states.
I gotta keep that thing on me everywhere I go.
Yeah, you can have that motherfucker here. Ain't nobody gonna say shit.
New York is different. Gun laws are so strict here, man.
Oh, they ain't that bad here. Shit, here your vehicle is an extension of your home. So you can even have that some bitch in your vehicle can sell.
Yeah. We were just talking about this. My boy was telling me an instance where a drunk guy mistaken his house for the house next door. When he was knocking on the door, and he said, he's talking to my cousin about it. My cousin's from Florida, and he was like, you know, the guy's banging on my door. He said, you know what I did? And my cousin said, I know what I would have did. I would have invited him in. And then I would have shot his ass.
Hell yeah. Come on in, bud.
Yeah, different, man. New York, you would have got sued. They would have sued the shit out of you. Somebody could break into your house and break their leg, breaking in your house and sue you.
Yeah, I've heard that. I read something about that. Guy fell in the skylight in New York.
Crazy.
Sued them
and got stuck.
No, he fell on the kitchen island. And he broke his leg or his back or some shit. And he won. He sued them and won.
Yeah. I was like, you wouldn't have heard about it if he didn't.
You should not try to break into my house, and you know what I mean? Now you're suing me?
Crazy, man.
See here, don't quote me on it, but I'm about 90% sure if somebody's out in your yard stealing something, you can shoot them.
As long as it ain't in the
back.
You
have to shoot them in the front, and it's not in the back.
In the back, yeah.
And you shoot to kill, don't shoot to injure.
Yeah.
You shoot. And
but that's a law in Florida also. You cannot shoot somebody while their back is turned to you. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're gonna
don't
be like
do
this.
That. That's
give me all your money.
Yeah. You're right.
All right. Well, shit, we coming up close to time, ain't we?
Yeah, we at the 50-minute mark. You got anything you want to say, Gonzo, or speak about? You got about like 10 more minutes, man.
Do you have any? Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I know when I came home from service, you know, that was a humbling point for me too, because like I said, I dealt with that no sense of purpose. You know, I felt like all civilians lacked urgency. You know, it make you just look at everybody differently, and it kind of it's almost like a sense of pride. But it was too much pride for me, and I had to realize that even though I did all these things, I still was the same as everybody else. Or not that I was the same as everybody else, but I was viewed no different from anybody else. So that was also humbling for me too. You know, I had to learn how to get along with civilians. When I honestly thought less of them because of what I accomplished by the age of 23.
Right.
Which later
That's
on in
understandable.
life definitely humbled me.
That's understandable. You start stepping into something that's so go, 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 go. Then you get down here to where we all just get
you're
up,
just
go
the
to
same
work,
as
come
everybody else.
home.
Yep. You gotta get up, go to work just like everybody else.
Just
You are no
like
different.
The
The
only
only difference
difference
is I don't have to
that
pay
work
a medical
ethic.
bill and I get discounts on sneakers when I buy them. You know, not to take away
you get
from
the military ID.
Right. Not to take away from the benefits that the military gets, but it's like, all right, if I gotta wait every year to eat Applebee's for free and it's on a specific menu, it's not even the home menu. It's like, how special is it really? Now, I'm not gonna lie, that shit's super special. I take my daughter every year.
I don't do that stuff. I got buddies, dude, that plan the whole fucking day. I remember Gonzo one year he was at like Subway, and then he goes to the other Subway, then he goes to the other Subway.
Oh yeah. I'm eating free
bro,
all day.
I'm about to eat free all day and next week, son.
Listen,
what's up?
Everybody eating free with me too. Because I'm going to 6 different Applebee's and getting what everybody else wants.
I only done that one year, and I did that with you. I went to Applebee's with you.
Yeah, man. You got to, man.
I ordered the water. He was like, no. Don't get a drink or else you're going to have to pay. Just order the water. Yeah. I was like, all right.
Listen,
he's a pro. He's a fucking pro.
You know what? It's not so much about getting a free meal, but when you sit down and you got different generations of veterans sitting around you, and now you're talking to him over there, and everybody's just talking together. You might sit at the bar and get a really good conversation from a guy that was in Desert Storm, and it's nice, it's nice. I remember one time I walked into a Applebee's and there was a Navy SEALman there, and he looked at my daughter and he was like, "Do you know that your dad is such a special man?" And I don't even know this guy, but that's the kind of bond that you share with when you're in the military. And and my daughter was like so taken back by it. We even sat at the table and she was like, "Does it ever feel weird when people tell you thank you for your service?" And I'm like, "No." And she was like, "It kind of makes me feel weird." And I'm like, "Well, you got to understand that these people understand that what I did in my life was so monumental that they respect it. They respect it so much because a lot of people that served built the foundation of what the country is today. So that's such a respectable thing. And I was able to share that moment with my daughter because I went on Veterans Day to go have my free meal. So it's so much more than just having a free meal,
Yeah, and see a lot down here. If y'all ever come visit the South, you'll see more and more of people that actually appreciate the military than probably what y'all see up north. Down south, it's hey, our military is.
I can definitely attest to that.
And it's true.
Yeah. I'm in Nevada, so I've seen it myself. They really don't care for us too much.
Yeah, and see down here, they're gonna be like, "Wait, you served in the military? Hey, bro, got a rack of ribs cooking. You want some? You know,
that's awesome.
Yeah, that's just how it works down here. I don't know why the northern parts of the country doesn't see it that way, but down here we look at it as y'all served y'all's time, y'all put y'all's life on the line for us to be able to sit out here to put food on the table for our family and other families in the world.
Yeah, but that's that different city, town, stick.
It's a different walk of life.
country.
Yeah.
And see that's what I love about Mississippi. It's a right to work state. Like it's a right for you to work. It's not given that you have to work. It's a right.
Yeah.
So anytime you fuck up or something, they can fire your ass.
Oh, that's how
for no
Florida
reason.
is.
Yeah.
That's how Florida is. It's not like that in New York. If you wrongfully terminate me, you're getting sued.
This is
and see,
Nevada's not a right to work state. They just fired my son for no reason, just because I don't know.
Yeah,
they didn't like
Florida's like that too. It's fucked up, man, because a lot of people move down to Florida to retire to get one of those cushy little jobs and make their little bit of money that's gonna hold them over.
But then again, in the same sense, it's really not that fucked up though. It's a right to work. I mean, that company don't need you,
man. But if
you're there. You're
10 years at a company and then they just fire you.
That's fucked up.
That sucks, man.
That's fucked up. 100%. 100%. I don't agree with that at all. If you got over 10, 15 years in a business, you should they reprimand you, not fire you.
Yeah.
100% I agree with that. But do got a question for you. If you had a superpower, what would that joker be?
Superpower.
Yeah.
Superpower.
Mm-hmm.
I would say probably the ability to heal.
To heal
who? You?
If I could have any power in the world, I would want to heal people. I would want to take my power and use it to be what people consider a miracle.
Okay. Much like Louis.
What are we healing?
Yeah, what are we healing?
I mean, anything. Really. I mean, I'm talking about anything really. I got the ability to heal drug addiction. I have the ability to heal diseases, or even repair the body, lost a limb, things like that. Like that would be, if I could think, because I naturally am a giver. I'm naturally a helping person. So the further I could help somebody would be my superpower.
That's a good one. I like it. Seems like all y'all veterans roll down that path.
Yeah, man. I mean, we live very selfless lives, so it's only natural.
No doubt. Y'all gave everything so we could have everything. That's 100% true. Was that what you got?
We got about 2 minutes. You know of any resources or something you would like to share? Maybe you know a little special something that could help out civilians or military members.
Really, I'm kind of ashamed. I don't really got no resources, but I would say, if you was ever in the military and you're not on VetTix, VetTix is definitely a great way to go out and have memorable times with your family. It's a foundation that gets donated tickets to different events, whether there be your local circus that comes to town or concerts, baseball, basketball, sports events, anything of that nature. I've been to a lot of different events for free, just signing up. I sat legendary suite tickets at Yankee Stadium one time. I mean, these tickets are probably $2,000 a piece, and I got 2 of them for free. It was one of the greatest times of my life, man. It was like a one-in-a-lifetime kind of experience.
It was an auction on VetTix?
It was because sometimes you do have to enter into a lottery. They give you coins, and you enter the coins into a lottery that when they pull tickets, you might get pulled. But sometimes they come across your email that you can just pay for I believe it's like a shipping fee, which is usually like, if you get 4 tickets, it's usually like $16. And then they give you the option to donate back into the foundation, which I always donate like at least $1 or $5. So in reality, you're getting 4 tickets to an event for $4 a piece.
Right.
So, and it's great, man. I've been to a lot of different things that I probably would have never experienced in life. I've been to Wildin' Out, the comedy show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been to boxing matches. I've been to soccer games, hockey games. And they also do like they honor veterans at the game. And sometimes you get selected for it. Like I remember I got selected for a hockey game to be the veteran of the game, but I wasn't confident enough to go through with it. So I just didn't accept the tickets. But it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool that you can, experience these things and then also give back into it so that it just keeps rolling. So
that sounds like a good
if
deal.
you've never been on it,
All
VetTix,
right.
you go through a short process.
Put the website out there. VetTix. How do you spell it?
VETTIX.com. And if you just search it, it'll come up. You'll sign up. It's like an eligibility thing where you just answer a few questions, and once they confirm your eligibility, I think you might have to submit your DD-214, a picture of it. But once you're eligible, it's you can set your preferences and you can pick and choose from what you kind of events you want to go to. Disney on Ice. They have so many different things for you and your family to enjoy, and the majority of it is donated by the event or the team that's playing. They're donated from the companies themselves.
All right.
So it's a pretty cool thing to take advantage of if you're a vet. They also have it for first responders and police officers, firefighters. They all have their different. I'm not sure what they're called, but they all have their different one. Like if you're a firefighter, it's probably like fire ticks or something like that.
Okay.
And I only know that because when I sat at the Yankee game, there was a paramedic next to me. He said, "Did you get these through?" I think his was called First Ticks, and I was like, "I got them through VetTix." He was like, "Oh, we have the same thing, but for paramedics." So I'm pretty sure everyone else has their own
company.
Yeah, it's probably just the same. Yeah, exactly. It's probably ran by the same company, but different divisions of it.
They probably get enough. They probably get like 10 tickets to this, and they're like, okay, well, we can give 5 to this and 5 to this.
Right. Yeah. Usually, when you're sitting in a section at an event, you're surrounded by veterans. Like that whole section is specifically for veterans. Yeah.
I've been to a couple.
Yeah.
They have a lot of them out here in Vegas.
Oh, I can imagine. Yeah, just like New York, man. There's a lot of events that go down.
Yeah, when you get closer to the big cities, there's more events for veterans because it's more tax write-offs for these companies to. Here you go.
Yeah.
And if it's a show,
which isn't a bad thing,
right? Because we get a free show.
Yeah, not at all. Yeah.
Yeah.
You just got to pay, like you said, the will call when you go up there.
Listen, man, I remember going to that Yankee game and the one of the servers, because you go through the legendary suite, and one of the servers there was like, first timer, and I was like, what gave it away? She's like, your phone. Because man, I was in there like in awe, like, look at this. It was shrimp and lobster tail and steak and bison burgers on a buffet style. Yeah. Like, man, I ain't never seen no shit like this. So it was a great experience, man.
Hell yeah. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. All right. Well, we at about that time, man. I appreciate you coming on the show. Tim, you got anything you want to say?
Yeah, we appreciate having you.
All right.
Pleasure to be a part of this, man.
Yep. To those people that are watching, those that are watching the show today, I appreciate you. Hit that like, subscribe button, share it with your friends, make more awareness of all walks of life. Go check out Gonzo's episode of The Worst Day in Iraq History, June 6th. 51 casualties, 6 KIA, and then another KIA died 10 days later. Go hear everybody's point of view. He's our first episode. If you want to come onto our show, go ahead and try to reach out to us, you can hit the comment button. We'll reach out to you guys. We are looking for, civilians, military, rich people, poor people, all walks of life. We're looking for anybody
Police
who has a story.
officers, paramedics, fishermen, hunters, people begging on the street. It don't matter.
We're here to tell your story, and from there, we'll, if there's any way that we can help or assist or guide you in the right direction, then we will. Just like we're gonna get in contact, Gonzo, and we're gonna square your stuff away, get you your increase because you deserve it.
I need that.
Definitely get that handle.
We like to share resources to try to help just a common person. Be humble. We're all human. Everybody got something they're going through, and we all deal with battles in the dark. So y'all stay humble. Thank you.
Thank you.